Chest focus push today. Start with a little bit of Smith machine press. 2 sets here. Trying to warm up a little bit. Let's go to 95.
Are you guys gonna do any Smith machine impress?
Smith machine what? What?
Smith machine impress?
Impress.
Like
a little
impressive things? We got racked up right here.
285.
285, last warm up. We'll hit this for a single or a double. And then 2 sets. Both of them being like that 8 to 12 range. Second set will be more on the higher rep range. So if we get 13, 14, that's fine. Both sets to failure. We're really big about training to failure here. So.
Rep the brand.
You need it twisted.
I'm good.
So it's always harder to add a rep than it is to add like
weight at the same rep.
Weight at the same rep.
Yeah.
Because it's more volume. Because you're adding 315. If you add another rep, we're only adding like 5 or 10 depending on what you add.
Now Dave, you're entering into some competitions soon, aren't you?
In April of next year.
Is that a bikini competition or what?
If I can manage to not look like shit.
You're doing bikini, is that right?
Yeah, men's bikini.
Okay.
We can get you Emily's figure suit, that might fit you.
Yeah. All right.
Body reps here.
So we're going to failure on these. So basically the idea is, you saw all of our warm-up sets. We just did one working set, trying to fall in the 8 to 12 rep range, a complete failure. And we backed off the weight. And we're going to failure again on this set. So we'll see what we can do. The first set was 315.
You did 325.
And this is 285. So let's see what we can get. Oh.
So one of the things you'll notice with this pressing is that it's hitting them a lot lower on the chest than you would on a regular bar. That's because of the press pattern of a Smith machine. You want your setup to be where the bar hits you like at your sternum or a little below, because you're pressing against a stable machine and you're not doing it to a natural arc of a bar. It'll just fit your structure a little bit better, let you tuck your shoulder down, which will contract your chest a little bit more as you press.
That's a professional looking setup you got there.
Dude, it's super legit. Super legit. We can show everybody at home. Got the A6500, Sigma 18, 235, F18 on the DJI Ronin S. With the small HD focus down there to keep it all in check. We're gonna keep it in check.
Let's go.
Next move is gonna be a 30 degree, 15 degree incline. It's very slight. So all we're doing is we're putting a 45-pound plate under the bench on each side. So that's the amount of incline that we're getting. For me, a 45-degree incline doesn't fit my ribcage structure as far as where my elbow drive across is. So this, I get a little bit more of a chest contraction because my elbow drive drives better across my chest. We like dumbbells here because we can drive that bicep into the chest. So shifting from a bar work to a dumbbell work so that we get both forms of pressing in. We'll do 3 sets here, and the last set we'll do a drop to a fly press, which you'll see is a very intense.
Dropping down in weight on our press, because we'll do the press and then drop to a fly press, which you'll see it's essentially a hybrid movement between a fly and a press.
And so the goal with that is to put the chest into a fully stretched position with a lot of blood. It's not quite the same as BFR, but it creates a BFR-like environment. So metabolite builds up really quick. We've done a lot of load sets, so now it's time to transition into a little bit more blood flow work. So we'll drop down to 90 here, get a little bit of a higher rep set, and then drop straight into that fly press, which you'll see. It's basically just a tucked elbow fly is all it is. tricep gets so short on this.
Dude, it's so better than a single rope. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Perfect spot. Come on.
So you probably noticed this style of training is way different than the style that we had done previously. So a lot of what Luke does is just, you know, couple working sets to failure on both sets, which completely taxes the muscle like in a short window of time, and totally different than what we've done, you know.
Yeah.
Warm up to like max effort. So like even if like say your whatever workout program you're following says 8 to 12, if you put a weight on there and you get under it thinking it's 8 to 12, you get to 12 and you got more,
Keep going.
You don't stop. You keep going.
It's to true failure each time. Yeah. All right, we're going to failure on this. So if I get to 12 and I got more in the tank, I don't stop. And if I don't get there and I fail before it, I still got to failure.
2. Good. Come on. Stay on it. Again. Again. I got you. Come on.
That last complete rep was 15.
Oh, I got corn coming now, brother. You're in trouble.
Oh shit. Love me some, dude. It's one of the things I love about training in my garage. I just blast my shit. Don't put on your clothes.
Oh, naked training.
Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, sir. 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on. 10, 11. This is where I really started fitting. 12. Come on. 13. 14. Let's go. Yes. Come on.
Mine.
All right.
16. Let's go. 16. Finally. My turn for the 1 rep.
This is how you know you found a good training partner. We're always within a rep of each other.
It's this constant one-upsmanship.
God.
We won't talk about the fact that I did more weight on my first
We won't talk about
Smith
that.
machine.
It's okay. Should we talk about those 100-pound ham curls?
Hell no, we shouldn't. Because I still feel those motherfuckers.
At the end of leg day, homeboy wanted to do hamstring curls with 100 pounds.
Yeah, because I wanted to get some blood flow into my previously torn hamstring. But I went up in weight. No, it was like 140, man. But then we went to what, 170? I don't know. Fuck it.
15, stay there.
Look, the amount of weight doesn't matter. It's how much you tax the muscle and tear it down so that you build more tissue. Says the guy who was just bragging about doing more weight over there. All right, let's fucking go.
Check in, come on, check in, make them count. Let's go. Tricep. There it is. That's you. That's you. Come on again, I'll pull.
Get another. Woo. Woo. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Come on. 4. Let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on. 9. Come on, I got you. Come on.
Come on. Oh, that negative.
So one thing you notice is that on that last rep where I spotted him on the concentric portion of the movement, you heard him say mine because he wanted to control the eccentric portion. Oftentimes you still have that in your tank, even if you failed on shortening the muscle, because you tear muscle down by controlling the eccentric portion as well. So don't forget that. That's why Luke wanted to take that on his own, because he still had it in him, even though he had failed on the press.
So that's good to have a good training partner that knows how to spot. One thing you'll notice too is that his spot didn't rip it off of me.
Yeah.
It kept him moving at the pace or just slightly slower than the pace I was performing reps at, because he doesn't pull the handle off of my hand for me to lose a contraction.
Yeah, you don't want to lose tension on that muscle, so you keep it at the same pace, so he's still doing the same amount of work. You're just giving him enough to where he can get to where he needs to be. And again, he controlled the downward portion of the movement himself.
Drop.
Just spotting 101. All right, what now?
All right, so the trick with this, just so you can feel it, slightly internally rotate and elbows at a 45 right there. So you're gonna be here, just like that.
Show me the finish, where you finish again.
Right there. So I'm not going to my nipples even.
Right.
You'll get a shorter delt because of the position you're pulling in. Fuck, that was truly, damn it. All right, third set here. We're doing a line cable upright row, a split handle. It allows you to separate from left to right. Also, it takes the momentum out of it. One thing you'll notice is kind of, as Dave pulls, is he's not pulling to his chest nipple line. He's pulling really low, and he's letting his elbow drive up at a 45. He's really trying to keep this in his side delt, right in here. So really controlled on the eccentric. Keep it in your delt and don't pull too high to keep it out of your traps. Good. When you go to failure, you can get partials out of this movement because of the way that it's designed. So you'll notice he starts to go to partial reps as he fails. So as he pulls, the cable will decrease the angle between his arm and the cable, so it'll get easier as he pulls with peak tension in the stretch. So it makes getting a full contraction a lot easier and puts a lot of load in the stretch position here. So we really like this movement to finish out chest. Anyways, rear delt cable flies here. So I really like this rear delt cable fly because you get slight depression of the humerus. With your rear delt, it doesn't come straight across, it comes across and down like this. So it's better to train it in a slight depression plane. The big thing is you gotta roll your traps forward to keep them out of the movement.
Got that? Y'all got that? So this movement is different from like if you're doing a rear fly on a pec deck where you're essentially just horizontal. You notice Luke is coming down, almost at a diagonal, because that's hitting the muscle based on its plane of insertion much better. Yes, sir. And you notice it's a very short range of motion so that he keeps tension on the rear delt. So with this, you want to make sure you grab the balls really tight. Always grab your balls tight.
That what she says to you at night, man?
You know, hey Luke, hey, even if they're small, which you know, it happens, right?
This is that part of bodybuilding.
But casualty of
Oh, yeah.